welcome to another episode of A Few Minutes with Marvin. I inspire those who aspire to make positive changes in their lives. And today I want to focus on the subject of focus, right? How, and specifically where it relates to limiting beliefs. How do you get past some of your limiting beliefs? The obvious answer is, you have to be aware that it is a limiting belief, right? But let's assume that you've gone past that and you're aware of your limiting beliefs, but you're just still stuck there. The best way to get past that limiting belief is to focus on it, right? Because what you focus on, you empower, you create, or you disempower and release. Focus, right? It's magic. And I want to relate to you a story because this inspired me to create this video today. I was walking with a group. Some of them were running. It was a running group. My brother happens to be one of them. And he had a friend and his wife there. And his friend's on his journey to lower his cholesterol levels and get himself back in shape. He's diabetic. And he brought his wife, who happens to be 1 month pregnant. And she's in her late 30s. So they all decided to go off running, and he literally was dragging her, right? She didn't want to be there, but she did it because, she's older in age and she thought that it might be good. But literally, he was dragging her at one point, and then he decided to just go off running with everybody else. I didn't feel it was my place to stay there. I just wasn't in the mood to run. So I walked with her, and from the get-go, it was limiting belief with her after limiting belief after limiting belief. And I was just staying positive, staying in my space. I was holding, loving space for her and allowing her to talk. But I was also saying, hey, can you see it from a different perspective? Because a lot of it came from old wives' tales, right? Being of Hispanic descent, it's a big thing for us. So I wasn't interrupting her. I was just telling her how I stay positive, and she was talking about the age thing being a limit, and I kept telling her, well, it's not a limit for me, right? But she kept focusing on that and staying in her limiting beliefs, and I chose to honor her and not go after her and start coaching her. I decided not to do that. I wanted to honor her for where she is, and we were looking at buildings, and she was huffing and puffing the entire time. And I wasn't judging her. I just kept saying, oh, do you want to stop? And she said, no. And then she looked at this tall building. It was a high rise. And she's like, oh my God, that's so high. It makes me dizzy looking up there. So I asked her about, her fear of heights. And, she started to open up a little bit. I wasn't questioning it. I just said, where does it come from? And in that sense, I did start coaching a little bit. But I allowed her to start telling me her stories. Next thing you know, we're coming across this very long bridge, and it's in an an incline, and she just started huffing and puffing again. And I said, no, if you want to stop, we'll stop. She was, no, we'll keep going. I asked her a couple more questions, and she just started going, to town, just talking. And then she, at one point, stopped and looked around. She goes, oh my God, it's so beautiful around here, right? And then she just kept talking, and I just allowed her to talk. And I talked with her, but she was doing most of the talking. She wasn't focused on her limiting beliefs anymore. Next thing you know, it's 3 miles later, and she wasn't that same person that started that walk. Whereas she was, oh, woe is me, I can't do this. She was talking. We met up with the rest of the group because they were well ahead of us, and she didn't skip a beat. She just kept talking to them, and we went on a pier. It went away. That limiting beliefs, all the stuff that she was grabbing onto when we first started this thing, were gone. Because she decided somewhere along the lines, I didn't do it, she decided not to focus on that, and she was just in the moment. And she was in her stories and telling me about her parents. And all of a sudden that her breathing normalized, right? It was her comfort zone, but it wasn't, because she was still pushing herself out of her comfort zone. And I gave her all the opportunities to stop, rest. She said she didn't want to. She realized that she could do it. She didn't use the word can't anymore. So she chose to focus on the now, where she was, and enjoy it. She realized that she was making this happen, right? She was creating the tiredness in herself, even though she kept saying, oh, I'm older and I'm pregnant and I need to relax, or I need to take it easy. Somewhere along the line, she made the shift, and she stopped focusing on the limiting beliefs, and she put her focus on what she was at, where she was, and appreciating the beauty all around her. And she was just having a conversation, and she was flowing with it, so it was therapeutic for her. She let everything else go and didn't even know it. That's how you really release limiting beliefs. It's not about focusing on it so much that you keep it there, right? Because when you do focus on it, you create it. You keep yourself in it. So just start realizing that when you focus on things and you keep saying it, and even if other people are saying, no, but you should do this or whatever, and you keep yourself there, that's keeping yourself in victim mentality and in lack, right? So once you decide to look beyond that, when you stop focusing on those limiting beliefs so much, you don't create them anymore, right? And when you just focus on being here, being now, enjoying where you are, the scenery, I'm on the street, it's not crowded, but I'm enjoying where I am. And I got inspired to create. And this is what I'm focused on. I'm not focused on anything else. And I'm having an amazing day. So, start focusing on where you are and what you're doing, and enjoying where you are and what you're doing, instead of focusing on the things, like worry and fear and what's going on with the economy and what's going on in the world news and what's going on in things that you can't control. Focus on what you can control. Be there fully. Enjoy it. Learn from the experience. And your limiting beliefs will melt away, even if it's for those few minutes. But those are small victories. Celebrate those baby steps. They lead to monster steps, right? Forward. That's how you start eliminating things that are not serving you for your highest good. Those limiting beliefs, they will go away. You don't have to ignore them and go away. Just don't focus on them, and they will go away. So focus on positive, beautiful things, and that's all that will come to you. And it's not hard. You won't even realize it. Just like this beautiful soul that I had the pleasure of being with and holding space for, and I enjoyed every minute of it with her. I wasn't anywhere else. I was focused on the beauty as well. So do that for yourself, and you'll see the shift, even if you don't see the shift. So shift today and have an amazing day. If you're still stuck in limiting beliefs and then don't know how to get yourself unfocused from those, right? I am a spiritual transformation coach. I can help you see past those limiting beliefs so you don't focus on them or don't stay focused on them. So hit me up for a free 30-minute decompression session. I'd love to meet you and help you figure out how to shift your focus. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it, leave a comment, and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. I'm truly grateful for you. Stay focused on you, stay focused on love, stay focused on peace and positivity, and watch your world change. Thank you for spending a few minutes with me.